Okay, here we go. All right, guys, we're going to get started. Again, my name is Casey Reed, and this is balancing mom life and business at home. Um, sorry, this is not. We're not working here. Um, so a little bit of a background. I started this business. I'm one of your silver consultants. I started in the business a year ago. It'll be a year on the 27th. And I was pregnant with my daughter. And I wanted something that I could do at home. There she is, my beautiful little baby. She was probably like 5 months old in that picture. She's 7 months old now. Um, but I started in this business when I got pregnant, and I wanted something that I could do at home that where I could stay at home with my daughter. It was really important to me. I started a little bit later in life. I just turned 41 and I had my daughter at 40. Um, so I lived a lot of life before having a baby. And since I am so old having one, she's probably going to be my one and only. And so it was really important for me to stay home and be able to raise her and spend as much time with her as I possibly could. I was also high risk. So for numerous reasons other than my age. So it was also a motivation that I couldn't be on my feet a lot, and I needed something that wasn't going to be extremely stressful. Um, and so I happened to be on Indeed, and I found this. I found this remote travel agent, and my husband and I love to travel, so I was like, perfect, right? And I enrolled a year ago and hit the ground running. I have been on the mentor side of the business for about 4 months now. I absolutely love it. And it gives me a lot of flexibility to run my business. It took me about 6 months to figure out how to balance work life and having a new baby. And it was really stressful for me. So it took me a long time. And once I kind of figured out what to do and how to work it based on what I needed, I decided to make a meeting for other moms out there or parents, dads, whoever is staying at home, balancing parent life, mom life, and their home business. So today we're going to go over what works for me, what I found is helpful, and hopefully it helps you guys. If you have any tips at the end, that stuff that's working for you that is not included in this, like I would love to know. I would love to hear about it because there are other people in this meeting who would probably love to hear some other suggestions as well. All right. So let's talk about organization. If you look right here, this is a slide that has 3 different things on it to help you stay organized. Okay. When you're just starting in the business, it can be really overwhelming of knowing where to start, what you want to specialize in, what trainings to go to, like what you need. And I was there. It was extreme. We didn't have the Google Classroom when I started. So it was really overwhelming. And this right here has helped me. Sarah Rogers is my platinum, and this helped her. And I pretty much want to be successful like her. So I do what Sarah does. So this is what you need most. Are you new? You don't know how to organize everything. Learn to break up the trainings into 4 categories. Which area do you feel that you need the most work? Make sure you are well balanced. Below are examples of how to organize the trainings for yourself, and you can create it so you can create a roadmap. There is no wrong way, but everybody needs different things, right? So for me personally, where I am like the least confident is travel ads. And you need to attend mock booking classes to make travel ads. And so that is like vendor training knowledge. Like these are broken up into 3 categories. You have vendor training, product knowledge, customer service, marketing, and team building. Where do you struggle the most? You have to ask yourself, you have to be really honest with yourself, and you have to figure out, like where you want to go with your business. Are you solely booking travel? Are you team building? Are you doing both? If you're booking travel, what kind of travel are you booking? What is your niche? My niche is I specialize in Disney and Universal family vacations. You know why? Because Universal Orlando is my husband and I's favorite place in the world. That is where we go when we travel for the most part. And now we have a little baby, and Disney, she is absolutely in love with Mickey Mouse. And Alice from Alice in Wonderland. So for us, like I've been so many times, Sarah always says, find your niche. What are you passionate about? Where have you gone? Numerous times. Well, I've gone to Disney and Universal. So that's my niche. And so when you're, find your niche, what are you passionate about? I had a gal in one of my meetings the other day, and she's like, I don't know what to specialize in. She was from Africa. And I said, African safaris, man. Like that is like a lot of people's dream vacation, and it's really expensive to go. And you know everything. You're from Africa. And she said, that's a great idea. I didn't even think about that. And so, find what you're passionate about. Now, if you have not booked any travel yet and you've registered for all of the vendors and you're like, I need some vendor training, I don't know what all of these vendors are for, then you can go to that right here. This is where vendor training. Are you not really that great with talking to people? I am not really that great sometimes about talking to people, but if you're more introverted, excuse me, and this is your first customer service job, then maybe you are a little not confident about talking to people. Then your numero uno is going to be right here, customer service, and you're going to put that first. That's going to be your first priority. So you want to prioritize these in like what's the most important to you to like what can wait. So for me, marketing is number one. Mine is marketing, mock booking workshops, marketing flyers, business cards. I already know where to post and how to get clients. But my weakness is like marketing my business for travel. Right now, I'm really focusing on like my mentor program, the mentor side of the business, and not so much booking travel. But I still try to attend the mock bookings. And 100% transparency, I haven't made one this month. I have them all written here, but as a mom, life happens, and kids' nap schedules get off. My daughter was up last night between my husband and I. One of us, we were alternating, and she was up every hour or 2 hours, which is very uncharacteristic for her. So today, everything's going to be a little wonky, so am I going to be able to make it to a mock booking? Probably not, but I try to attend a training a day. So it doesn't matter if I don't make it to the mock booking, as long as I'm attending a training, on how to maybe market my business on Facebook or clean my Facebook up or make flyers. I am like not artistic when it comes to the computer stuff. So making the flyer for this meeting was right. So right here, you need to prioritize what is your biggest weakness that you feel like you need to work on, and then go down the road. Okay. And here's 4 tips. If you're really concentrating on booking travel, 4 tips on how to turn inquiries into bookings. All right. Sometimes we don't know, like if you're struggling with getting clients, and then you get that client and it's an inquiry, you get people hitting you up on Facebook all the time and inquiring about booking travel, and you don't know how to like close or present the quote. Here's 4 tips right here that will help you turn it into a booking. Okay. Number 1, set up a phone call consult. If they won't get on the phone, that is the first sign that they are not serious, right? Don't do it over text, get on the phone. Number 2, during the phone call, go over all the questions on the inquiry form. This is qualifying your client in either the land or cruise inquiry, correct? Right? Ask how soon they want to book, and then schedule a following appointment. So are you wanting to, like, how soon are you wanting to go? cool, let me get this information, give me 24 to 48 hours. When is a good time to follow up? If they say, if they're wishy-washy, then you know what, they're not serious. 3, get with your gold or platinum and attend a quote help training. What does the Google Classroom say for your first 3 or 4 bookings? Always get with your gold or your platinum or your direct mentor to maximize your commission. Okay, can't tell you how many of my agents like don't do this, and then I get a text message and they're like, "Hey, we're trying to book a cruise," and I'm like, "Cool, didn't know you were even interested in doing that." Anyway, so getting on the phone is imperative. Friend, family, or stranger. Developing a strong business process is key to your foundation. Business process, that's like routine, right? You got to follow your routines, what works best for you. If they won't get on the phone, what makes you think that they're going to give you their credit card info to book the trip? That's important. If you can't get them on the phone, are they going to hand over some really personal information like access to their credit card or their bank account? No, they're not. And then the daily planner. This right here probably helps me more than anything because I have like OCD and type A personality, and I have 2 rituals for the day, not routines, because you have a routine and eventually that routine will turn into a ritual. I need my day planned out. Like I am a planner. I make lists. I make lists to make a list. So this right here is a key for me. I also have a planner, a daily planner, and we'll go through that like later. But if you're one of those people that struggles with schedule, then this planner is gonna work great for you, because you might need your day planned out by the minute, by the hour, by the half hour, whatever, and it doesn't even matter. Like it's totally okay. Everybody needs something different. For me, in the morning, I have a very strict ritual. My daughter gets up. I make sure I get my caffeine, because usually I'm getting up in the middle of the night to pump. So I have, I get it up, I get my routine. I try not to feed her first thing in the morning so that she's not dependent on food right when she wakes up. And it gives her and I both a little bit of time to wake up. When I'm feeding her, I'm working my business on social media. That's when I'm posting on Facebook. I check my emails, I post on Facebook, I do all of the things that I need to do on my phone while I'm feeding her. Then later at night, after she goes to sleep and I'm pumping, I do the same thing. Everything in between is all up in the air. My daughter doesn't have a set like time that she naps every day. It's all based on wake windows. So if she is up at 2 hours, if she's up at 6 o'clock, then her first nap's going to be at 8 o'clock. If she's up at 6:30, then her first nap's going to be at 8:30. I am not one of those moms that wakes my child up in the morning. I let her wake up on her own. And the only time I wake her up is, like for her last nap, if it's like 6 o'clock and she's still asleep, well, I put her down at like 7:30 at the latest. So then she needs to get up. So everything in between that is planned out, but not by the minute, not by the hour. And it's just what I need to accomplish throughout the day, right? And that's just me personally. So let's talk about calendars. Calendars. I have a calendar right here. Like I said, very type A personality. Mine is color coded. The reason why mine is color coded is because I have pens, Sharpies, and highlighters that go along with that. And I do that because I associate the color with what I'm doing. So instead of remembering exactly what I'm doing, I remember the color that it's written in, and that helps me associate like, hey, all of my like trainings are in red. So I know I have red. I have a calendar here that has like all of my trainings on it. I have a giant calendar over here for like my client stuff. And I have a calendar on my phone. That's where, I write my follow-ups. So what you want to put on your calendar is if you have, your qualifying clients, you're presenting quotes, you're closing those quotes. If you have a booking that you need to complete, a credit card authorization, You know, are you doing trainings? What kind of trainings are you doing? Is it a mock booking, cruise trainings, new agent orientation, anywhere that you can learn, grow, and market your business? But let's not forget about those mom appointments, because we also have mom stuff, right? What time is your children's doctor's appointment? Got to put that on the calendar, or have a separate calendar for that. Like me, I would have a totally separate calendar for all of this stuff, because that's just how I am. Like I need everything separate, or it all gets mixed together for me and I forget stuff. So for me, I have a calendar for my trainings, I have a calendar for my clients, and then I have like totally separate stuff for my mom stuff. You know, do you have back to school? Do they have doctor's appointments? Your lunch date, like mommy and me groups. I have a mommy and me group that I've been trying to get to for 4 months that I finally got to yesterday, only by my friend sending me a text message to me like, hey, don't forget about mom group today. And I had to set a reminder on Alexa for a certain time, so she'll go off and I'll go, okay, it's 9 o'clock. I know I have an hour before this mommy and me group play group. Like, do you have coffee dates? So for me, I have everything separate. I have a calendar for everything. Now, you don't have to do that. That might be a little bit extra for you. For me, I am like uber organized and everything has to be separate. It's kind of like when you think about like some of those people, my sister is one of them, where your food can't be touching. It's like that with my organization. Like I need separate, everything has to be on its own. Everything in my house has a spot. Like, and when it's not in its spot, like I fritz out. I just don't type A, man, type A. Like it has to be in its own spot. It drives me nuts that my husband comes home and puts all of his work stuff like on top of the bar that I try to keep. I don't like clutter. So I grew up with my dad being a hoarder. So like organization and cleanliness is like really important for me. So if you are better with calendars, get calendars. If you need separate calendars, do separate calendars. If you're one of those people, I would love to be one of those people that can just put everything on one calendar. I have a calendar, it's a whiteboard on my fridge for bills, for doctor's appointments for my child, so that my husband can see like this bill's coming out on this day, this bill's coming out on this day, this bill's coming out on this day. She has a doctor's appointment at this time. I have a doctor's appointment at this time. You know what I'm saying? So I have like calendars for everything. Whiteboards. Are you a whiteboard person? I have those too. Shocker. Um, right? You get one that has the month, get one that has for the week, and on the one for the week, whiteboard, excuse me, right for the day, what trainings you're attending there, for the week, like what appointments you possibly have, or for the month, like, you know, have one for each. You have one that has your day that's written out, you know, your week that says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then you write all of the stuff, you know, that way. Or do you want one that is for the month and you can write it, you know, all in? Some moms, like my sister, is even more organized than I am in OCD, and she has like whiteboards and she sticks like post-its on it for, you know, this kid has this extracurricular, this kid has this extracurricular, you know, like whatnot. And if that's what works for you, then you can do that too. My child's not old enough for that yet, but I guarantee you when she is, that that'll be a thing for me. So if you need whiteboards, you know, get whiteboards instead of calendars, or both. Notebooks, man. Notebooks, got a notebook for everything. I have notebooks for meetings that I'm attending that I need to write notes down. I retain by writing things down, which is also why I am like color coordinated with everything. So this notebook that's in green has notes in it for qualifying clients. Like, yes, I fill out that other thing, but I also make notes for when they send me a text message that says, oh, I, you know, want this. Or if I'm on the phone with them, I make my own little notes as well. And this is all kind of like work related, you know, so I have some team building stuff in there too. And my team building stuff is written in like a completely different color. I have a notebook that has all of my passwords and login information. Like, see right here, get a one that for specifically for qualifying your clients. Get an additional one for notes for like their wants and their needs, or get one for team building. You know, have a notebook that's just for team building and workshops. If you're doing training, Disney College. Let me tell you how long it took me to do my Disney College. It took me like a week, and that was doing it 8 hours, almost 8 hours a day. It's a lot. This right here has all of my Disney College stuff in it. So when I need to redo my assessment every year, I can go in here and check out my notes, and I don't have to like spend hours redoing all of the Disney College. You know, so get notebooks for, you know, those kinds of trainings. Get notebooks for, you know, it helps you write it down for mock bookings. Or, you know, like suppliers. When I said I have one for like the suppliers right here, passwords, some suppliers require you to change your login and password every couple of months. For Carnival, if you don't log in after a little while, like you have to completely re-register. So make sure that you're writing the dates in there as well that you registered. Fun fact, this is all written down now because I didn't listen to my mentor when I first got started. You know how in the trainings they tell you write all the login and passwords down in a notebook. Yeah, I didn't listen and didn't do that, and took a hiatus when I had my baby, and I had to re-register for everything and send a bunch of emails into the supplier help email because I couldn't remember my login and password info for anything. So I had to re-register for everything except for VAX. So, you know, definitely write things down, get notebooks for everything. This is, you know, what works for me. Also, you know, I have all this collateral. I had this idea last week. I have like all this collateral just chilling behind me in boxes. Get totes and put labels on those totes that says Disney collateral, Royal Caribbean collateral. So it's all in like one spot. So that's, you know, get notebooks. Notebooks help me stay organized. I write everything down. Daily planner. If you are one of those people that needs your day planned out to the, you know, I have a daily planner that I also have that where I can take it with me everywhere. So I use, you know, I use a form of what was in that slide, but I have it like written in here. So every night before I go to sleep, I review what I want to do for the next day. I write it in my planner. That way I don't forget, right? Like posting on Facebook, what time I need to do that, if I'm going to make travel ads, you know, if I'm doing team building, announcing, if you need to announce yourself, plan out your next day for the night before. You don't want to plan out your day the morning of, because that's when things get, you know, forgotten, or you just never get around to it. We're moms, we have kids, everybody's schedule is different. I can tell you right now that doing it the night before is part of my ritual, part of my routine, because I have a different routine in the morning. So if I don't plan it out the night before, I'm going to forget all of the stuff that I need to do the next day, you know, like the dishes or laundry, up to my ears in laundry. I have a baby, you know. So plan your day out the day before, get a daily planner if you need to. Anything that was in those first slides too, if anybody wants them, I'm going to put my phone number in the chat, and you can just send me a text message and tell me which one you want, and I'll text it to you. If that will help you stay organized. Okay. So some people, if you guys need a daily planner, get a daily planner. I have a daily planner because I'm not always home. So I take my daily planner with me, or I'm traveling. Post-it notes, large, small, lined, not lined. My post-it notes are color coordinated. Now, I'm not always at my desk. So sometimes I will write myself a post-it note and stick it somewhere. I also have like, I have post-it notes all over the house, not gonna lie. And that's because I'm constantly moving, walking around. So if I don't forget to check my planner, I have everything. It's where like having a baby gave me like ADD or ADHD. I, definitely had to give up some brain cells to make her. And so like I'm a lot more, I don't want to say flighty, but like absent-minded. I forget stuff a lot easier now than I did before I had her. So if this all seems like overkill to you guys, it is, but this is how I have to run myself. This is how I have to run my business, and this is how I have to run my day for me in order to remember. I work my business when my child is asleep. So I set, I get to doing housework and, laundry, taking care of the animals, which, I have a lot, and I forget to do things. So I have to be a little extra. I have to stick post-it notes around the house. And that I'm going on vacation. I don't even call it vacation. I'm going to my niece's graduation in a couple of days. And I have already a week ago started laying my child's, clothes out. I'm going to be gone 2 days, but I've never traveled with a baby. So in her crib, which she doesn't sleep in right now, are like outfits, everything that I need to pack for her. I have a list for the diaper bag. I have a list for, my personal suitcase. I have a list to make a list. Like it's wow. So if you need post-it notes to stick around the house to kind of as reminders, then use post-it notes as well. I have post-it notes behind my computer of, certain logins or like the meeting Zoom logins that I need for meetings like this so that I'm not constantly looking at my phone. And then it's easier to find than scrolling through pictures on my phone. So if you need post-its, post-it the house up. I post-it my house up all the time, and my husband just lets me do my thing. Label makers. So we bought me a label maker on Amazon for about $50. And that is for my collateral. So I have labels that look like this. And then for the older crowd, excuse me, that's dyslexic right there. Older crowd, I have one that has like all of my info. And for like the new age hipster crowd that understands and knows how to use technology, I have just my QR code. Now, I am also going to get a label maker to label the totes that I'm going to be getting. I haven't gotten them yet because the Container Store is like an hour away from my house. And so I need to go to the Container Store and get totes for all of my collateral and a label maker. Also my pantry, I don't know if you guys watch, but the Home Edit on Netflix, talk about organization. That's how I try to live my life. That's how my pantry looks like. So I need to go get labels for all of the containers that I have in my pantry. So I need to make a trip to the Container Store. But, get totes and a label maker and, or a filing cabinet that you can label your credit card authorization forms that you print out, or if you print them out. I'm one of those people that I don't completely rely on technology. I like to have hard copies of things because if my computer crashes, I still have type up. So that's how I roll. Sorry, I live in Texas, and I have like bites. I get eaten alive out here a lot. But label maker, like put labels on the back of your collateral and leave them in establishments that have your contact info and business name. Make a label that just has your QR code. So get a label maker, help you stay organized, put labels on the back of your stuff and market your business. Find a space that's just for you and your business. I'm in this tiny little nook that most people put like a fish tank in This is my business. This is where, this is where I do my work. I have a screen here. I have my laptop here. I have a screen here. I have my printer up here. I have my, what's that thing called? Laminator up there. I have an extra keyboard. I have whiteboards galore, calendars galore. I have, and then everything else is animals because that's my jam. So, get a label maker, put your collateral in there so that it's all in one spot, and then label it Disney, Royal Caribbean, Carnival, so that everything is streamlined. When you are looking for collateral to go hand out, and let's say you want to do it Carnival, or you have a client that that's like your neighbor that wants to go on a Carnival cruise, hey, you can give them a piece of Carnival collateral that has all of your contact info on the back, right? Same thing with business cards, like get and a little thing for you to hold your business cards in. Help yourself stay organized, right? Do what works for you, but you have to find what works for you. It took me months to get like this, months. And the struggle was real. I didn't think I was going to be able to balance both because I was really struggling, and it gave me like massive anxiety. So I have learned that my daughter comes first and my business comes second. So right now I'm doing a meeting while she sleeps. And I don't answer my emails if I'm on a job board, or if I'm getting text messages from things that, from people that I'm posting on Facebook until she's asleep. And the other thing that I don't do is I have one day out of the week that I don't work, and I'm not available on Sundays for anything to anybody. I don't answer text messages. I don't answer emails. And that brings me to alarm reminders, because if I'm not doing any of that on that one day, then I need to set reminders to do it on Monday, right? You're going to take a day off and you're getting, emails or text messages. You need to set reminders to remember to follow up, or for follow-ups, remind yourself that you need to do this on this day, or whatnot. I have alarms set for 10 minutes before my new agent orientation that I host, 10 minutes before this meeting here, and 10 minutes before my business hours, because I need this many reminders. Like it's a shame that I do, but I do. I have, reminders for training meetings. So if I'm going to be attending a mock booking, or a team building 101 or 102, or anything that's related to any kind of training that I'm doing, I always set a reminder for that day 10 minutes before, with it labeled mock booking, or like Carnival cruise mock booking, for whatever I'm doing, right? So set alarm reminders as well. I put reminders in my calendar in my phone that has an alarm tone, or alarm that goes off. I have an alarm for set for when I need to pump at night, or when I have appointments or whatnot. So I set alarm reminders as well. Like I do all of this because I need it. And if you need to set alarm reminders, then set alarm reminders. If that's all you need, like, cool, man, more power to you. Like I wish that I could just set an alarm on my phone and be like, cool. It doesn't work like that for me right now. So that's pretty much like everything that works for me. What kind of stuff like works for you guys? Did any of this help you? I'm going to kind of go through the chat right now. I'm going to go through the chat and kind of answer some questions, and just let you guys know what's going on in there, because sorry, I just like sometimes when I'm talking, you just completely space out, because people are commenting in the chat, and then they'll say like, my girls lost my mouse. Joy can't even do work right now, possibly because she doesn't have a mouse, so she's got to order a mouse, right? Lisa says she had her baby at 34 and she wants to be successful too. So this is, this is what works for me. That's my phone number for you guys. The struggle is real, it's a hard balance. Like I said, it took me 6 months to balance this. And I only work when my daughter is asleep because the time right now is like too precious for me. I don't work on Sundays. I take one day out of the week that I am just not available to anybody and I spend time with my family. And that's not even my rule. That's my husband's rule. Because if I didn't take a day for myself, I used to be like this where I was working my business Monday through Sunday. And that gave me no time with my husband. So I would be either trainings or I was constantly on my phone. And it it's a strain. It'll put a strain on any kind of relationship, So you need to take time out for yourself as well. You kind of need to unplug. I need to unplug. And that helps me concentrate. I don't get any time for myself during the week because if my daughter is asleep, I am doing house chores, taking care of animals, and working my business all in a small hour. So, in the beginning of my day, like I'll tell you what my schedule is right now. In the morning, my daughter wakes up usually around 6:30, 6:45. I get up, my husband comes and gets her, he changes her diaper, he spends a little bit of time with her. I do my stuff, I feed my dogs, I take my supplements in the morning. I drink my caffeine, which I'm not a coffee drinker, so I drink this stuff called Spark that is like the same amount of caffeine as a cup of coffee, but then the rest is B vitamins. So like super into health and wellness too, so I've been taking this stuff for like 10 years. And it makes me not crash in the middle of the day. So, I try to get like her bottles and my pump stuff soaking. And while I feed her, I post my team building stuff on Facebook. I'm interacting on Facebook. I'm checking my emails. I am, checking my Calendly to see what I have going on for prospect meetings throughout the day. If I am checking my calendar to see who I need to follow up with, I'm making sure that I go on my Instagram, my business page, and I'm active on there. And then I haven't lately, but post a motivational quote. After that, my daughter's awake and I have all this time that I play with her, right? And I get a few things done, like do the dish, unload the dishwasher and whatnot, some small, excuse me, small stuff while she's awake. That way I have the rest of the day when she is awake to play with her and I'm not worried about chores. Not only that, but then I can, work my business for the solid hour that she's napping. So when finding this home life, work life balance, don't forget about your mom chores. Don't get overwhelmed with like the mom stuff. Map your day out. When I said, you have that slide that has the what's the most important to you, well, also make one of those on like what the most important mom chores are for the week or for that day to get done. So, if you have laundry piled up, well, guess what? In between working your business, and you're doing laundry, that's like what needs to get done the very first day. Or is it, dishes piled up? Or, do you have your kids, let's say you have 4 kids and all of them are in extracurriculars. Man, that's got to be a struggle, because you've got soccer, baseball, t-ball, dance or cheer or whatever, and then, while you're doing that, how are you going to not pay attention, to your child's soccer game while you're working your business? Well, like I know Amy Moore does it. She's got 4 kids. I think she has like 4 kids and they all have extracurriculars and she gets her business stuff done on her phone. So I know if she can do it, we can do it. Right. Joy says in the beginning with the breaking things up into 4 groups with vendors, customer service, marketing, and team building. Yeah, man, if one of yours is team building, then, like I said, what's the most important for you? Breaking things up into groups, like which one do you need to focus on first to last? You're going to do that with your home chores too. First to last, you know, I don't leave everything for the weekend because that's when my husband is home. So I try not to do a whole lot. And I don't do laundry until the nighttime because our energy bill out here, like we have anything past from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. Is free. Plus we get money, like money back per kilowatt. So I do my laundry at night. I do my dishes at night. I run her, you know, I try to run my sterilizer at night. I try to run everything at night that I possibly can. And then the next day, I just have to fold it. And I can fold my laundry while I put her in her playpen for 10 minutes and let her play, you know, play with herself or whatnot. And do that, you know. So I try not to do a whole lot while she's awake and just like mostly focus on her and do everything while she's asleep. um what is the best way to discover your niche? Well, Tara, have you traveled anywhere before? Where is your favorite place to go? Have you gone somewhere numerous times? Like, this is what Sarah says, like, where are you passionate about? Where is the place that you, destination that you've gone a lot of times? Have you been to Hawaii numerous times? You can, you know, be in Hawaii. Have you gone to Cancun numerous times? You know, find somewhere that you're passionate about. Have you gone on multiple cruises? Like I said, mine is Disney and Universal, but that's only because I have been so many times. If I hadn't been to Disney and Universal so many times, honestly, well, I'd probably still be it'd be more like theme parks or traveling to California because I'm originally from California. So it would be like probably very California based. Um, so, you know, you have to plan your day out like that. You know, start tonight. I want everybody to go tonight and you know, today get a calendar, a planner. I ordered my planner on Amazon for 20 bucks. And all of my notebooks I got at Walmart and I get them all different colors and all different thicknesses. And I write in even these ones. These are also Walmart, guys. These are like $5. And I never get the same, like the same one because I don't usually throw these away. I keep them. Also, I have like things of note cards like this. So that's, I used to be a vet tech, so I have these that I would keep in my pocket. Like I don't really throw anything away, so I have like all of my note cards still from when I was a vet tech, completely unrelated. But you know, go get notebooks. I know Sarah says that she gets her whiteboards that have like the day of the week. It's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that they're broken up in like days of the week. Get one of those. So on Monday, you can use that for your trainings or use that for your mom appointments or extracurriculars, or heck, get numerous ones that are like that. So you have one for each so they don't all get, you know, confused. You know, when you get a big whiteboard or something like that that has like uh lines on it, and you can get different colored, you know, whiteboard markers, and you use, you know, one color for mock bookings and another color for dentist appointments, and or if you have more than one kid, you know, blue is Chase and pink is Mackenzie and light blue is Tanner, you know, or whatever your kids' names are, and do it, you know, activities like based on like your different kids. Hey, you know what? But you could, if you remember a lot about Germany, you can even do more research. And Tara, you know, you can do, you know, abroad. You know, do abroad. Also, maybe do some trainings. You know, do some like destination trainings, or like all inclusive, or Jamaica, or you know, cruises, and find what you like and then just learn more about it. You could even specialize in like honeymoons, destination weddings, um, like family vacations. Um, I my husband and I are like literally just giant kids. So we like the theme parks, and now that we have, our own little baby, like um we're just giant kids. So that kind of stuff, like family vacations, we're old, so we're not like, yeah, Mexico, or like I can do all that at like a theme park, man, and still go to some rides and have a good time and go Harry Potter. Like I'm like 41 years old. I ain't trying to be up, you know, mm, 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 mm. That's a 24-hour hangover, and nobody's got time for that, right? Um, so I want you guys, Disney cruises, yes, toy. Disney cruises. Great thing about Disney cruises is they have like Star Wars themed cruises. They have Halloween themed cruises. They have Christmas themed cruises. Um, and yeah, and that's the other thing too. Like, yeah, and it's not just for me. It's not just like Disney and Universal. Like, it's Disney cruises too, and Disney Paris, Disney Tokyo. Like it's like those kinds of family vacations. So find out what your niche is, and find out what you're passionate about. Just start learning about stuff. But as far as staying organized, guys, and helping you guys balance, whatever I went over today that works for you, or whatever you need, start today, right? There is no reason to wait for tomorrow, because putting it off and putting it off, procrastinating it, is only going to hurt you guys. It's not going to help. So get a daily planner, get some whiteboards, get a couple calendars. If you have type A like I do, and this is, the color stuff is going to help you, then, do it. I have one kid to keep track of, so it's not so much, that I have to write her activities and stuff. It's I have, my stuff. And it can be a lot. Like I said, it took me 6 months to get here. And it was a struggle. Trying to team build for the first time with a 3-month-old was extremely rigorous. I definitely should have started when I was pregnant. And I was unorganized, which really stresses me out. I had like no planning, I had no organization, I had no stability, and I had no plan. I was literally winging it, and winging it for somebody that has like type A personality is extremely stressful, and it's a struggle. So like I said, it took me 6 months to get here, and this is what works. Yes, it's a lot. I implement all of them because I have to. Like it's almost like I have like ADD and ADHD now sometimes, trying to keep up with the house. Did you know that the average stay-at-home mom works 90 hours a week? 90 hours a week just by being a mom. That's not including our home business. So add in the home business, on top of that. It's a lot. I always say that my husband has it easy. He gets to leave, go to work, and come home, and that's all he has to do. I get to stay home, and the house is a job, the child is a job, the animals are a job, and then I have a job. So it's a lot. And if you don't figure out what works for you, it will be really hard. And if you don't figure out what works for you, it's not going to get any easier. It's going to get more stressful, and I don't want anybody to. Sorry. So I just want to thank everybody for coming. I love helping you guys. I love helping other moms. It is truly my passion. It's why I started team building in the first place. And it's also why I came up with this meeting, is I want to help other moms not get what's the word I'm looking for? Discouraged in the business, because there was a little bit of time that I kind of got discouraged, not knowing how to juggle it all. And I was extremely overwhelmed. And for me, like family and child always comes first. And I didn't want to slack in my business either. So I had to start implementing some things. So this is what I implement. I hope it helped you guys. Like I said, maybe try one thing, process of elimination. If the calendars aren't working for you, go to the alarms. If the alarms aren't working for you, go to the notebooks, the daily planner, or the whiteboards, or maybe combinations of this or that and this. Let me know if anybody wants any of the 3 organization things I had up in the third slide. I will send it to you. If anybody wants to know where I got any of my products to, my calendars or my notebooks or anything, my laminator, I can share with you guys as well. So thank you so much for supporting my meeting. I hope you guys are extremely successful, and this gave you a little bit of insight. And I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. It is a beautiful day to book travel. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.